Gentlemen, let's be honest for a second. How many times have you caught yourself wondering, am I really giving her the kind of pleasure she craves? It's not exactly something you bring up with your friends, and it's definitely not something most websites give a real answer to. The truth is, the world of pornography and bragging talk has filled men's heads with more myths than facts when it comes to real intimacy. Here's the reality. The way you move, the way you touch, the way you control yourself in bed, it can mean the difference between leaving her quietly unsatisfied or creating an experience that lights up her whole body and mind. Today, I want to show you the second path. I'm going to give you 5 simple, medically backed, real-world techniques that any man can use to instantly improve intimacy, last longer, and give her the kind of experience she actually wants, not just what you think she wants. Before we dive into it, take a second, relax, clear your mind, and just listen carefully. Because what you're about to hear might completely change the way you think about pleasure and connection. Let's start with a big myth, that sex is all about size and speed. That's the message men absorb from porn: bigger, faster, harder. But science tells a very different story. For most women, satisfaction doesn't come from size or endless pounding. It comes from technique, emotional connection, and attentiveness. Think about it from a biological point of view. The female body responds to rhythm, variety, clitoral stimulation, and emotional presence, not constant, mechanical motion. And yet, so many men walk around carrying silent anxiety, feeling like they're not enough. That anxiety shows up in the bedroom. You finish too quickly, you get stuck in your head, and you miss the signals she's giving you. But here's the truth, you don't need to be bigger. You need to be smarter, more aware, and more connected. You need to understand her body, not fight against it. So let's begin. Tip number 1, start slow. Most men's instinct is to go hard and fast because that's how their arousal builds. But women's bodies work differently. Biologically, they need more time to become fully aroused. Blood flow to the pelvic area increases gradually, the vaginal walls relax and expand, and natural lubrication builds over time. If you rush, her body might not be ready, which can cause discomfort or even pain. Emotionally, it can leave her feeling disconnected. The solution is simple: patience. Slow down. Think of it like warming up before a workout. Start with gentle, deliberate movements. Shallow entry. Focus on closeness, on connection, on breathing together. What happens next is powerful. Her blood vessels dilate, her body naturally relaxes, and her sensitivity increases. She feels safe, cared for, and open. When you start slow, you set the stage for deeper, more intense pleasure later on. Tip number 2, tease her. Most men completely overlook this. Teasing is one of the most powerful ways to heighten desire because pleasure isn't just physical, it's psychological. It's about anticipation. When you build her up and then pull back, her body starts craving more. You're literally rewiring her nervous system to respond more intensely when you give her what she wants. Here's how it works. Once you find a rhythm that she clearly enjoys, stay there for a while, then deliberately slow down or ease off. Pay attention to her body. You'll see it in the way she moves, in the sound of her breathing, and in how she pulls you closer. That's her body asking for more. And when you finally give it back, the pleasure multiplies. But be careful, don't tease right before she's about to climax. That can break the moment. Teasing works best early on, when you're still building anticipation. Think of it like lighting a fire, not just striking a spark and walking away. When you do it right, teasing doesn't just make her want you more, it keeps her thinking about you long after the moment ends. Tip number 3, vary your tempo. Here's a common mistake men make: they find a rhythm that feels great and then stay locked into it. Same depth, same angle, same speed. It works for a bit, but after a few minutes, her body adapts. The nerves stop reacting as strongly. What felt amazing at first starts to feel repetitive. The fix: variety. Sometimes slow and deep, sometimes quick and shallow. Sometimes you pause completely, change positions, or change angles. This keeps her nerve endings awake, keeps her guessing, and keeps both of you engaged. On a practical level, it also helps with stamina. You're not exhausting yourself with one constant pattern, and it allows you to pace your energy. Rhythm is great, but variety makes it exciting. Tip number 4, use grinding, not just thrusting. Most men think sex is all about in and out motion. But for most women, that's not where the most pleasure comes from. The real magic lies in the clitoris, which isn't just the small part you see, it's a much larger structure that wraps around the vaginal canal beneath the surface. When you press your pelvis against hers and move in circular or grinding motions, you're stimulating that entire network of sensitive nerves. Try it in positions where your bodies are close, like missionary or when she's on top. Keep steady, connected contact between your pelvis and hers. This not only maximizes her pleasure, it also helps you last longer, since grinding tends to be less intense for you than fast thrusting. She gets more of what she craves, and you gain more control. That's a true win-win. Now, tip number 5, pay attention. This one might be the most important of all. Because your best tool in the bedroom isn't your size, your strength, or even these techniques, it's your awareness. Her breathing, her sounds, and her movements, they're all signals. They tell you exactly what she likes, what she doesn't, and when she's close. Every woman is different, so no one-size-fits-all move works. You have to tune in. When you do, something amazing happens. The two of you move together naturally, instinctively. You stop worrying about performance and start feeling connection. You stop doing sex and start experiencing it. So, let's bring this together. Start slow, let her body warm up. Tease her, build anticipation. Change up your tempo, keep things alive. Grind as well as thrust, connect deeper. And above all, pay attention, listen, adapt, and respond. If you practice these 5 things, you'll see changes almost immediately. Not just in her reactions, but in your own confidence. Because when you know what you're doing, anxiety fades, and pleasure grows for both of you. And if you've struggled before, if you've finished too quickly or felt like you disappointed a partner, remember this, you're not broken. You're learning. Real intimacy isn't about being perfect, it's about being present. Men of all ages can improve, 30s, 50s, even 70s. With awareness, patience, and small adjustments, you can become better than ever. At the end of the day, women don't want a performance, they want an experience. When you slow down, tease, vary, grind, and truly pay attention, you give her something far deeper than pleasure. You give her safety, trust, and connection. And when she feels that, her passion and desire for you grow naturally. So next time you're with your partner, don't ask, am I good enough? Ask instead, am I listening? Am I connecting? Am I making this about us, not just me? Because when the answer to that is yes, you're already giving her what most men never will. Take care of your health, your body, and your connection. Because you deserve to experience intimacy that's real, powerful, and fulfilling.